I'm Mike Dexter, and welcome to Takedown. We've got a huge show on the road to the 10-year anniversary special with a huge last man standing championship main event, and the SAW management promised me a new commentator. We've got two, and I don't know who these guys are, so why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people we call fans at home.
Thank you very much, Mike. My name is Lucas Roger. I'm glad to be here at the Sawf Arena for you at the Sawf Universe at home.
I'm Adam Orville, don't forget it.
Surely could have given a better introduction to the fans than that.
Leave the man alone. I like his attitude, actually. You seem a bit upbeat. This man has it right.
Up here, leaving them wanting more.
Alright, regardless, we hopefully have a huge show for you here tonight. Mike gave you the rundown of the show just before.
We've got a huge tag team match here tonight. Kicking things off, it's Espada De Niro and Thunderstorm, their cousin Sensation Tag Team. They're going up against the number one contenders, briefcase holder, the Prodigy, and a tag team partner, Chosen, but the 50% part-time owner. No one has any clue who this mystery partner is going to be.
I don't know this 50% owner, but hopefully he's picked someone well with the Prodigy.
That's so true. Obviously, Prodigy's normal tag team partner, James Anderson, competing tonight's main event for the SAWF Championship after he was screwed at No Remorse. Of course, Camelo, the brother of the Prodigy, is the SAWF champion. Disgusting.
I noticed just there, Espada De Niro getting a little up into the referee's face. So what is his problem?
Competed last week for that briefcase on the line in a no DQ match. He did lose, maybe blaming the referee a bit for that, and a huge match has been signed for our next PSV 0 Hour. There's a handicap match with these two men going against the Prodigy. Whoever gets the pinfall or submission will get that number one contenders briefcase.
A lot of high stakes in that one.
Indeed, but we do have this big tag team match.
For Thunderstorm and Espada De Niro in this one, a big opportunity maybe to get a big win for them. I think they definitely need it.
Don't think it's very likely in this matchup.
We have a member of the higher powers, my good personal friend, the Prodigy, man who I am the former manager of. This man is going to cash that in and become a 3-time SAWF champion.
Yeah, absolutely, he deserves it. He's a great wrestler.
I mean, you know, I can say what I want about his attitude, but I can't take anything away from his ability in the ring. One of the greatest of all time here at SAWF.
He is the absolute greatest wrestler in this history of this company.
I mean, I can't tell you much about the man. Obviously, I'm new here. I came here. I tried to go shake everyone's hands, do what you do in the wrestling business.
Big mistake.
I realised I went and tried to shake Prodigy's hand. Got a knock to the face.
Alright, as a busy man, he doesn't want to waste his time with you.
Absolutely right.
Well then, that's what you know him more than anyone else. You can give us, the insights on what Prodigy might be thinking going into this match.
Absolutely right. He's a bit frustrated. He's been attacked by these two Mexicans time and time again. You see Thunderstorm pointing to this briefcase.
Is he pointing?
Oh my, I think he's pointing to this lovely briefcase, and oh my goodness, that is the music of Ryan Sampson. The 50% owner has chosen Ryan Sampson to be the tag team partner of the Prodigy. These men hate each other.
This is not good. I can see Ryan Sampson letting the Prodigy down here.
I mean, this is definitely not good for either person. They don't know each other too well. Whereas Thunderstorm and Espada De Niro are a well-oiled unit.
If Thunderstorm and Espada have any chance here, it's because they know how to use teamwork. And I know Ryan Sampson has no business with teamwork.
No, I definitely agree on Espada De Niro and Thunderstorm being able to work as a cohesive unit. They know each other very well.
Hopefully Prodigy doesn't have to carry this match too hard.
Well, we'll see about that. I'm pretty sure Ryan Sampson can definitely hold his... You're an Australian, aren't you, Adam? For your country. The referee making sure no hidden contraband on the body of Thunderstorm before we start this match.
Absolutely makes sense. Go check those Mexicans. It's a waste of time checking Prodigy here. He doesn't need him.
I mean, I think it's all about fairness, you know. If you're going to check one guy, you're going to check the other.
I suppose so, but it just seems like a waste of time. Let's get the wrestling started.
Alright, I'm very excited to see this. Our first match for myself and Adam here. And it's definitely going to be a good one. Our first match, we get to watch the Prodigy in action.
Yeah, this should be good.
I'm sure you've been looking forward to this all week.
Yeah, somewhat.
At
I was
least,
going to look forward to any match. This is one of them. Seems like the people at the back taking some time to get this started.
I mean, that is just the nature of making almost television, making YouTube videos. So the match getting underway.
So can you check it for me? Alright, it's really sore. It's the start of playing.
Right. Talking about his knee right away. And Thunderstorm responded to Nero jumping Prodigy while the referee isn't looking.
It's still killing me.
I mean, it does appear though Ryan Sampson's knee is injured, and one of the duties of the referee is making sure.
Are you kidding me? He's clearly faking it.
Yeah, he just loves to complain.
I mean, I'm no doctor. I can't tell you that.
Before this match got on the way, you were saying that these two men don't know each other very well. You're wrong. In Ryan Sampson's first official match, he was teaming with the Prodigy.
Fuck you,
And
trying
they've
to do,
had
huh?
wars back and forth with each other since that moment.
All right, I'll rescind that comment. But do you think they could work together?
No,
as a tag?
absolutely
And
not.
that was the point I was trying to make. I'm sorry for not using clear enough language though.
Ryan Sampson would do everything in his power to screw the Prodigy.
And I mean, it appears his knee seems to be all right now.
See? Faking it.
Maybe it was a bit of a spasm or something. I'm not a doctor.
He's learning from his tag team partner, that Adrian Evans, who faked a knee injury for like 3 months.
Prodigy grabbing his briefcase.
Ryan Sampson has his chance now to actually show off and try to get something done for his team.
But in saying that, in the worst possible place that he can be, in the corner of Respaldo de Nero and Thunderstorm.
Ryan Sampson, no stranger to these Mexicans. Done battle with both of these men multiple times.
Oh, in big clothesline into the ropes there, and sending Respaldo de Nero and through the mat.
Big clothesline and a cover here.
Way too early for that.
Only getting a 1 count.
I mean, that's one thing you might be able to say about Ryan Sampson. Maybe a little overconfident, a little overzealous. I mean,
Absolutely.
I think you mentioned most improved wrestler of the year, 2020, but he's improved. But maybe there's still a lot of room to improve in the future.
That is a fair point. Now, everyone can improve. No one has stopped learning. Not even the Prodigy, not even James Anderson.
Prodigy still has something to learn.
I do think you can never stop learning in this
I
business.
guess he isn't the champion at the moment, so I guess he can learn his way to the championship very soon. But with that briefcase, it's only a matter of time.
It
When
is
you
a
say
matter
so,
of
Mike.
time. I hope so. I am a member of the higher powers. His brother does have that championship right now, and he has promised not to cash in on his brother.
Respaldo de Nero was going for the figure 4 leg lock there, but seemingly gave up on it. What do you think about that, Adam?
I think it's just making use of teamwork right now, bringing his partner Thunderstorm so it doesn't get too tired.
Yeah, a very good call there.
They know they've got a weak opponent right now, so they're making the most of it.
Samson rolling out on the outside, trying to catch a breather.
You can see the limp on that knee right now. At this point, do you think he's faking it after all those attacks to the knee?
Yet to see. I don't trust Samson. But if he wasn't hurt before, he may be now.
I'll give him one thing, he has to commit to this.
Count to 9, but Ryan Sampson just at the last possible moment getting into the ring.
And we've got this Sunday night actually a big 10-year anniversary, and everybody in this match has big matches. Of course, Thunderstorm is going against the original Psycho is returning.
The original Psycho is returning, ladies and gentlemen. You heard that.
Sparta De Niro is facing Carmelo for the SAWF Championship if Carmelo retains tonight. And we've got a big dream tag team match, the Higher Powers, as Prodigy and James Anderson versus the Cowboys from Hell, which is Adrian Evans and Ryan Sampson. So partners tonight, rivals this Sunday at our 10-year anniversary show.
Yeah, I am looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a great show.
Absolutely, and just dismantling Thunderstorm.
Spilling to the outside, not the best place to be. A lot of damage can be inflicted on the outside, especially with someone like the Prodigy. He knows where to get you, and if he senses some weakness, he's like sharp.
That's absolutely right. You do not want the Prodigy to get you at that weak point, but I was going to say Thunderstorm caught him, the Prodigy right back on the attack.
Would you call that a fluke, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely would. And a high knee,
and what
best high knee in the business.
That could be it.
Two counts there.
Got up from that.
Thunderstorm obviously not winning a lot of matches here.
No, I was talking to him before the show, asking him about that. What motivates him to stay here at the SAWF despite the lack of his wins? And it's one thing, he wants to win because he wants more Nandos. He wants to eat as much Nandos as possible.
You know what? I expect him to say a stupid comment like that.
I mean, that's what he told me. I tried to go back, I tried to get some comments from the guys. Some guys wanted to talk, some guys didn't. Despite Thunderstorm's change of heart in recent times, he still wanted to at least tell me about his love of Nandos.
Pathetic, really.
Come on, ref, lay off of him. Just let him hit.
You learned anything yet?
You know, if I was managing at ringside, I may even tell the referee that he's got till 5.
1, 2, 3.
And just tearing away that mask there. The Sparta De Niro not even on the apron.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing over there. We don't have the greatest vantage point. Do you think he could be scheming something over there?
Quite possibly. I don't trust these guys.
Thunderstorm caught in the ropes.
Yeah.
Running out the ring, where is he headed?
He's heading to the direction where Respalda is. Not really sure what's going on over there. And, I mean, Ryan Sampson looks like he can barely use that leg at this point.
7, 8.
But as I say that, he uses the leg. I don't know what, you can make your own implications about that at home. What do you think that would mean?
At least Ryan Sampson's finally pulling some weight. Going for the pin, letting Prodigy deal all the damage in this, then going for the pin himself.
I mean, that is one way of interpreting what has happened in this match. What a guttural roar from Respalda De Niro there. There's something wrong with this guy.
Yeah. I mean, he seems really worked up right now. He's going to put a beating to Ryan Sampson.
I would not want to be Ryan Sampson in that ring right now.
I wouldn't want to be Ryan Sampson ever.
I mean, he was most improved in 2020. And I've been seeing what people have been saying online about Ryan Sampson. When he came in, people thought he was a bit of a wet blanket, a bit of a lame duck. But he's gotten cooler over time. At least 20% cooler since joining the SAWF.
Any amount of cool is an improvement on Ryan Sampson.
What's going on here? Jack Blade talking to the referee.
Yeah, Jack Blade interrupting this match, or Jack Psycho Blade, I should say, distracting the ref.
Not really sure what that
match to
I mean, a few, and that is enough to put Ryan Sampson away. Ryan Sampson did pin Jack Psycho Blade a few weeks ago at Takedown 69. Could that be why he was out here today?
I don't know. I just saw something ridiculous. Ref needs to learn his job, pay attention. and not let Thunderstorm and Rispardo just come in and beat up their opponents.
Well, that's one thing you can say about this match. Rispardo, Dinero, and Thunderstorm got a win over Ryan Sampson and the Prodigy.
Well, they got a win over Ryan Sampson. I'm not sure there was much Prodigy could have done about
But
that.
the record book will show that Prodigy was on the losing effort of that team.
I suppose so.
But you got to think that might rile Prodigy up. Oh, and we got an interaction here between Rispardo, Dinero, and Prodigy.
Prodigy, understandably, not happy.
Rispardo, Dinero, I think he wants that briefcase.
And that's Prodigy's briefcase. Who's not getting it?
These two men, quite the thorns on each side at the moment, it seems.
I will main event showdown as the SAWF champion.
Once Prodigy can get rid of those two, he's got a clean path to the championship.
A big match we just saw there. We're rejoined by Mike Dexter. I think he had some important business to attend
Attending to James Anderson, big last man standing match tonight for the SAWF Championship. Make sure he's ready to bring that title back to the higher powers.
Got anything to add? Adam, what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to, I believe we've got up next, it's Jack Blade versus Adrian Evans. Correct?
That is correct. Adrian Evans' first singles match back since his return from injury, of course, last week, competing against Jack Psycho Blade and his tag team partner Ryan Sampson in a big triple threat, pinning Ryan Sampson after the curb stomp, which he calls the dead eye.
Now, I don't know, like, this is my first time here. I don't know how Adam feels, but I'm not particularly comfortable with this guy around here. I mean, I imagine you probably feel the least comfortable out of anyone, Mike.
Bit safer now. I've got this no contact clause where if anyone touches me, they're suspended indefinitely. But that still does not make me feel safe after all this man did to me, keeping me hostage for over 2 months in his dungeon.
Oh yeah, definitely. How do you feel being in the same arena as the Psycho Jack Blade?
A bit creeped out, it's called Psycho for a reason. I think Adrian Evans is a little bit in trouble here. You never know what's going to happen with this guy.
Also, these two men used to be tag team partners. I managed them at our huge reunion show. Managed them to a victory, I might add.
The most esteemed manager in the history of the
Absolutely
SAWF, Mike
right
Dexter,
there,
and slowly but
look
surely
at that
becoming
laugh.
maybe one of the most esteemed commentators.
Absolutely right
Sawf
there.
history too.
And I do have breaking news. I did make mention that at 0 hour, a big PSV at the end of the month, we will see a handicap match. For that briefcase on the line, the Prodigy defending against both Rispardo, Dinero, and Thunderstorm. Big news. The Mexicans have challenged the Prodigy to put it on the line in a ladder match. And knowing the Prodigy, I'm sure he'll accept.
Well, that is a big time match that you'll be able to see on the SAWF YouTube channel in the future. And here comes the returning Adrian Evans, former SAWF World Champion. A battle between two former SAWF World
Former
Champions.
champions, former tag partners. I do believe this is only the second time these men have gone one-on-one at a big Takedown 50 episode. That match, I do believe, ending in a disqualification.
Now, Adam, Adrian Evans just come back off of a knee injury. How do you think that's going to play into this match?
Well, it's hard to predict. With him and his friend Ryan Sampson, if they both just like to play after match, or if that injury was real. But let's see if he was, well, we know he was the champion. Let's see if he has the skills.
Of course,
There
mate.
could be
Sorry, go ahead.
There could be a level of ring rust for Adrian Evans. Has not stepped into that ring for quite some time.
We see Ryan Sampson limping out to support his tag team partner. He's had his issues with Jack Blade. I do believe they are facing off at 0 hour one-on-one.
Ryan Sampson getting himself a seat at ringside to see all of the action of his best friend, I think.
Best friend, tag team partner. I don't believe that.
Cowboys from Hell.
I don't believe they have any trust between them at all.
Well, when I was backstage greeting all the guys. Those two guys were particularly friendly towards me.
Oh, did they shake your hands like the good little boys that they are?
That's what, you know, I offer my hand to show some respect, but some people don't seem to want my respect around here.
It's all just an act of those guys who don't know what they're really doing or thinking.
I've known Adrian Evans for almost 6 years. I met this man when he was 14 years old. I've known him since he was just a child. He's a scumbag. You don't know the real Adrian Evans.
I mean, I do. I guess I have to trust you on that one, Mike. Some powerful, precise strikes there, and a Russian leg sweep.
Big time move there. See,
An early cover, but only a 1 count.
1 count. First singles match for Adrian Evans in 4 months, I do believe. Triple threat last week, but it's a bit different with that one-on-one environment.
I would think you would need to do a lot more than that to put someone like Jack Psycho Blade away. Surely that guy, he's messed up in the head. Surely he likes pain.
Absolutely. Don't know what this guy's thinking. He could be thinking anything.
I think right now he's letting Adrian Evans hit him, work up a bit of false confidence in him.
That could be correct.
I mean, with how twisted that man is, he could also be letting him hit him because maybe he draws strength from the pain.
Yeah, and just look at these powerful hits he's throwing out.
And a bit of history for right after Adrian Evans had to vacate that championship, Jack Blake did defeat James Anderson to pick up that vacated championship. So you got to wonder, maybe Adrian Evans a bit bitter that Jack Blake was the man who got that championship when
Jack
he had
Blake
to bow
never
out.
beat him for that title.
Maybe there's childish rivalry going on here. Adrian Evans a
Big
little
knee
jealous.
A bit slow onto the pin there, and I reckon that may have cost him.
2 count
He
there.
was about a second late to that pin, so. Both men getting to their feet.
Adrian Evans getting up faster using the ropes and Jack Blade on his knees. And oh, he goes for that kneeling super kick. I've been hit with that.
Dragon
Not pretty.
screw.
Dragon screw.
And
And Adrian Evans on that rope.
Cowardly way to get out of submission.
And that knee, I personally don't believe he was ever injured. I just think he wanted a bit of a break and he didn't expect to lose that championship.
But I mean, regardless of if you believe the injury to be real or not, it makes sense for Jack Blade to go after it.
Definitely does.
Hooking the leg there as well.
Jack Blade, as much as I think he's a scumbag, he is a smart in-ring technician, knows what body parts to go after.
I mean, I feel like, you know, he knows the human anatomy a bit better than he should.
He's a sick man. He's taken me to his lair. He's taken Ryan Sampson. You don't know how many other people he's kidnapped, and you don't know what experiments he's done on those people.
Did he do any experiments to you?
No, thank goodness. He did try and torture me a bit, but it was more mentally than physically.
Yeah, maybe he merely saw you as a means to an end to get back to the higher powers.
I do think you are correct.
Rather
on
than
that.
his regular victims.
Pushing Adrian out
The
of the
look
corner.
in his eyes, I just got a glimpse into the eyes of that man and it sent shivers down my spine.
That's not the face of a normal person.
Not a man you want to get on the bad side of. And oh, jagged edge, huge jagged edge.
That looked like it hurt.
Oh, and
And
right,
whoa, 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 whoa.
Ryan
Bring the
Sampson
ref
getting in
again.
ring.
Whoa, whoa! The ref?
Out of there, Rick.
Oh, and a huge clothesline. And you think that's going to be a disqualification.
Yeah, that's absolutely it.
Calling for the bell to be rung.
And yeah, that's absolutely
He goes for that double underhook DDT. And he throws Jack Blade out of the ring.
Foolish decision and actually cost his friend the match.
Cost his tag team partner the
a
match.
bit of a strange decision. I mean, maybe it's more than that knee that's hurt.
Oh, and Adrian Evans not liking this at all.
And a little argument here.
See that when you're in your match. Don't let him buy. You know, it's gonna be like that. Fuck you, bro.
Oh. A little bit of anger in these two friends.
Sorry, my language, but Ryan Sampson and I quote saying to Adrian Evans, fuck you.
What does this mean for the future of the Cowboys from Hell?
This Sunday night, they've got a tag team match against the High Power, therefore, a bit of tension here. Ryan Sampson costing Adrian Evans that match. He's actually winning by DQ.
And we are back for our main event of the evening.
Huge match, rematch from last week for the SAWF Championship. Carmelo, the twin brother of the Prodigy, defending that championship against the former two-time champion James Anderson. There was a double pin in last week's main event after this mysterious masked man came out, attacked both competitors and the referee, put both men on top of each other. Double pin. We don't know who this mystery masked man is.
Yep, I don't know Carmelo too well, it's kind of new. I don't know the masked man at all, but I am rooting for my boy James. Hopefully this can be a fair match this time.
This man, he knows talent when he sees it. James Anderson, bringing that title back to the higher powers.
I mean, I'm just hoping for a great match from both competitors, and with James Anderson, history that he
Again,
has.
coming right out here. Two-time champion, soon to be three-time champion, bringing that title back. Read the shirt, higher power, three-time champion, baby!
Mr. Dexter, gentlemen, welcome to the SA.
Did you really think?
High powers.
High powers.
Thank
Where are
you,
your
I
high
appreciate
powers,
your
Shane?
time.
Exactly.
I'll give him that.
Yeah.
We don't know him too well.
I'm sorry.
Don't wanna shake-
I do like you. What I've heard so far, this guy, I'm not too sure about that.
I mean, that's just the attitude that you can expect
I mean, I should
from
talk to
the
him.
higher powers.
Tell James Anderson you're alright. Maybe you might get a handshake next time.
I mean,
I don't know about you though. You got kind of a weird beard.
I
I
don't
can agree with that.
I don't know at this point if I even want that handshake.
He is the
That's the way I'm
founder
Yeah,
and
what are you
owner.
talking about?
He's 50% owner.
I mean,
of this
I don't
company.
know who
Down the
brought
middle.
you in, but I was brought in by the mysterious 50% owner. So I never even spoke to this guy.
Well, he's the original owner and 3 times Sawf champion.
Absolutely.
Now-
Here comes the champion Carmelo, only been in the SAWF for a couple of months. His twin brother is the Prodigy. He's been here since day one.
And that belt looking damn good on Carmelo. When I came in here,
Give me a break. Let me guess, you walked right up to him. Oh, hello,
He
buddy.
walked up to
My name
me.
is- Oh, you know what?
He-
Yes.
what an upstanding young man.
That sounds like him. Walks right up to you, shakes your hand. Let me guess, he pulled your pants down and kissed your ass, right? That sounds like Carmelo.
well, like, what happens in the back stays in the back, alright? Like,
Well, this man's brother, the Prodigy, has that #1 contender briefcase. 204 days. What a wrestle war in that big ladder match.
One thing I can give Carmelo is if he's trained with Prodigy at all, he probably has some skill.
Prodigy
Probably
did
knows what
train
he's
him.
doing.
I don't agree on that though. Maybe he didn't teach him everything he knows.
Taught him something.
I mean,
See what he can do
he's
against
undefeated.
James.
He's undefeated. Shocking. He's a rookie.
Damn straight. He's a nobody rookie, a fluke who has that
the
championship.
strongest rookie run of anyone in the SAW.
I'll give him that.
Ring the bell.
But this could be where that all comes crashing down for Carmelo. He's in the ring, and this is the last man standing, right?
Absolutely, last man standing, no disqualifications, no count out. If that masked man comes out, won't cause a double pin, maybe a double down.
Use the hat for a bit of leverage, but in a last man standing match, anything goes.
We're knocking the hat straight off after.
We're actually coming up on the 1 year anniversary. I believe it was January last year. James Anderson competed in a brutal last man standing match with the brother of the man who's facing here tonight, the Prodigy, before the higher powers reunited. Oh, and a kick to the ropes, knocking Carmelo.
Smart trick,
Yeah.
using his environment.
I think he clipped his hand there. I mean, if there's one thing I can say about James Anderson in this one, he has quite a bit of history in last man standing matches and street fights.
Absolutely.
Whereas Carmelo, on the other hand, doesn't.
I believe the most like hardcore kind of match Carmelo has been in was that empty arena match he competed in against the Minion at Overkill. actually earning his freedom from his brother, the Prodigy.
That is true. He has some experience
and
in this rumble.
I believe that was a low blow there.
Yeah,
Anything goes.
I don't know. I looked a little to the thigh to me. I'm not
Come
quite sure
on.
about that.
It's a no disqualification match, and you're trying to defend
From-
him
from
when
my-
you don't even have to because anything goes.
From my vantage point, that's what I saw, and I wouldn't expect it of an upstanding young man like Carmelo, but maybe I should be expecting a bit
Come on, James,
more
get up. Come on.
ferocity
Bring that title back.
and getting
Going over,
the
grabbing the
chair.
You're really thinking that was a low blow, maybe?
All right,
Yeah, think you can do this with a chair?
Maybe Carmelo is willing to do whatever it
He
takes.
learnt from the
the top of the
Prodigy.
chair.
This is Prodigy tactics. He claims he's nothing like his brother, but this is what the Prodigy would do.
That could be causing internal bleeding, especially the way he coughed just there.
Yeah, you're nothing. You were dead.
Oh, and
Oh my
huge.
God!
Even
Yeah, shot
James
to the
gonna
head.
be hurting from that.
Count him, Ray.
That was right in front of us. We
Down.
saw that firsthand, and
3, 4.
James
I mean-
Anderson struggling to get up here.
I may not like the guy, but no one deserves treatment like that.
That's why.
James Anderson
You're good.
making it back up, and
A chain!
Right around the neck.
choking James Anderson. Oh, and that definitely, you might have not called that last low blow. So I'll do this one for you. A vicious low blow there by James Anderson.
I mean, you can call that one a receipt.
Did you see that one?
No, I saw it. That one.
How's your
that
vantage point
that
on
one,
that one?
That one's a bit closer. They're definitely getting right up
There's that
close to
tender
us.
step.
Making use of every weapon they can find.
Carmelo, grab
Oh,
the
come
stick.
I got him!
Oh,
God!
Oh, that
An
hurt
assisted
me.
low blow with a tender step. And James Anderson.
I mean, we're all men here. We all know.
I don't know about you there, Lucas.
No man should be doing that to another man.
What was that? What was that, Carmelo? Oh, is that a chisel?
Oh my God!
I believe that was a chisel or a screwdriver.
They are putting it all on
Carmelo
the
has
line
no
right now.
respect for the sport of wrestling.
Thank you.
entertainment.
No respect. He's been here 4 months and he just crap like this.
I mean, this is
He
a
hasn't
last
made
man
it good.
standing match. This is not a wrestling match.
Oh,
And I think
Anderson is busted open.
James Anderson bleeding from the top of his head after that
Oh
chisel
my
to the face.
Goodness.
And
He's going
into
Into the fence.
into the fence. That blood may have only hyped him up more. He's going crazy.
James Anderson. Pissed off James Anderson. The shortest reigning SAWF champion in history wants that title back and he's going to do anything to get it. Just like Carmelo will do anything to keep it.
Kick right to the thigh there, Carmelo, and another shot taking him to the ground.
We are 2 days away from our big 10-year anniversary. show. Both these men have big-time matches. You gotta wonder how much of this is taken out of them. Will they be at 100% for our big 10 anniversary show?
I think James is going to always be at 100%.
9.
Right there.
If you're not familiar with the rules of a last man standing match at home, they have to the count of 10 to get to their feet. If not, that is a technical knockout.
Great insight there, pal. I think everyone knows how a last man standing
I mean, there
match
may
works.
be new fans tuning in, especially with a high-profile match like this one. What?
Getting ready for something big.
Looks like he's going for a big move and and James Anderson knocking his head off the ring apron, which I have heard is the hardest part of the ring. That apron.
That's what they say. That's what I hear as well. I mean, I'm not an in-ring competitor.
5.
Carmelo that has that leg pipe. That is the signature weapon of his brother, the Prodigy.
Did Prodigy give him the rights to that?
I don't think Carmelo cares if Prodigy gives him the rights or not. He's gonna do anything to disrespect his brother.
Is there nothing
Disrespect
too
the higher
low
power.
for Carmelo?
4.
He's
This man, right into the midsection.
if he
there.
didn't have internal bleeding earlier, He's definitely feeling it now. You can hear with the way he was coughing there. There's something going
lowest
on
of lows.
in the midsection.
This man even called me out when I'm just sitting here at No Remorse doing my job on commentary.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything to this man.
You've done nothing. What's the point calling you out?
Exactly, thank you.
You can focus on his opponent.
And a few big shots there with that pipe.
Turnabout is fair play, I guess, for Carmelo. Having the pipe turned on him. I feel Prodigy might be in the back watching this match. Very happy to see James Anderson use the pipe on his brother.
I'd like to think so. The Prodigy, for whatever reason, has said he is happy that his brother's the champion. He's promised to never cash in his briefcase on his brother for whatever reason. I don't like that strategy personally as the former manager of the Prodigy.
But I guess that shows just how what a great person Prodigy is. He has the respect for his family.
That is true.
But after this match, wouldn't you think it would be tempting if Carmelo is laid out?
Look, I've said this time and time again. I believe the Prodigy would even cash in on James Anderson if it meant getting that title back.
Do you think a cash-in after this match is a realistic possibility?
It is the best chance that the Prodigy has ever had.
Is that what you would do with the briefcase?
Down.
Absolutely. Both men
Double
down.
count.
And fun fact, at Extreme Expedition, we had a big last team elimination standing match. And all 4 men in that tag team match
Raise
were
up,
knocked
count
down.
8. 9.
Oh, a 9 count, and he's
Barely.
Just
And
lock.
look at him.
Oh,
He's
lock.
right in front of us right now.
Higher Powers faced Jack Blade and his minion in a last team standing elimination match, and all 4 men were knocked down at the same time, ending in a draw.
I got a small glimpse of Carmelo's eyes as he came by there, and there was nothing in there. But maybe he's shook it off the cobwebs. And what is it?
Oh, I thought he was going for that big rock bottom.
Yeah, onto the
Onto the ramp.
ramp. That would have been quite
The
deadly.
rock
But
bottom.
the atomic drop instead.
The rock bottom being his big finishing move.
2.
And the blood running down James Anderson's face.
But that's not going to keep James down. James will keep
Exactly. He's one of 2 men to hold that championship twice, and he's going for it. Elbow
No,
smash,
James won't let it.
fighting out of it.
I mean, keeping himself probably alive. That, being knocked
Oh,
off.
and goes to that boot.
Great dodge from Carmelo.
Oh, and boosts the midsection there.
James, I'm sick of this.
Carmelo looking to end this.
Carmelo got the chisel. He has the chisel. A screwdriver. I'm getting a better look at it now. I think it's a screwdriver.
1.
Blood of the high powers on my hands.
Hey, focus on your opponent.
My hands.
I
Leave it
believe
alone.
you.
Focus on your opponent.
Yours will be next.
Carmelo with some strong words to my colleague Mike Dexter here.
Yeah, he's threatening me. James Anderson laughing. He wants to get out. Oh, big chair shot.
1.
I can't even look.
That man threatened me, knowing I have a no contact clause. You know what? I want him to hit me. I want him to get suspended. I want him to get fired.
5.
I don't know if James Anderson can get up after that. The screwdriver and the chair shot to the. But he is stirring. He's
He'll
stirring.
get up. He's James Anderson. He's the dominator, and he's up.
And that is definitely true. He has gotten back up.
Is that yours? Your car, huh?
Oh, and that car bonnet.
We saw that come into play a few weeks ago.
As I believe it was Overkill in that Clown Asylum match with then champion Jack Blade hitting his version of the skull crushing finale, the aggravated assault, right on that bonnet, retaining the championship.
7.
Doesn't someone's car
8.
need that?
9.
Close.
Oh my god, that would have.
Can you imagine?
We were giving confirmation there that was 9.
9 count.
Not
Can you
10.
imagine if that chair actually connected with the head of James Anderson?
I mean, look at him already. If that did connect. And choking Carmelo.
against the ring apron.
I'm not a wrestler, you're just lucky.
But I gotta stand with what I said. Anything goes.
Anything does go, and these 2 men are beating the absolute hell out of
No
each
love lost between
other
them.
for that SAWF championship. You know what that championship means to these men. James Anderson, the first ever champion. Carmelo, the current champion.
The disrespect.
Oh, and that big boot straight to the head of the champion.
2.
With his championship at his feet, he may be losing
Oh,
it.
it's coming back to the higher powers.
6.
I may not like the man, but
not.
I do have to admit he's been a fighting champion,
Hey.
and that title's coming back to James
9.
Anderson.
You gonna get
Oh,
You gonna get up?
Confirmed 9 once again.
James Anderson pull him up, or did Carmelo get to his feet in time?
What do you think about that call, Adam? Seemingly pulling Carmelo up off his feet.
I don't know. I think James wants a chance to actually fight with his fists. Carmelo's just been throwing every weapon in, just fighting with that, too scared to fight hand to hand.
That is a good point. James only using the weapons here occasionally. You did see Carmelo try and damage, denting that face of James Anderson with that chair on that car bonnet.
The action has now returned back to the ring, first time in a while
5.
we've been there.
James Anderson, pun intended, wants to dominate his competition here tonight and become a 3-time champion. And those just pounding those fists.
And
into
Carmelo,
the head
I
of
think,
Carmelo.
fighting back.
Fighting back.
Thrown to the ground.
A lot of impact from that top turnbuckle, but
Oh, and a
And
kick, and
kick.
oh, going for that RAV.
Naz put away the best.
Oh, and he hit an RAV of his own.
That
1.
that could be it.
2.
Both men technically down, and Carmelo getting to his feet here.
4.
But does Carmelo know the technique for the move to do it the best? The like
I don't know about
it's Dominator's move. It's James Anderson, the Dominator's move.
Getting close.
Bit of a fun fact though.
Great
Jack-
ring awareness. Great ring.
Rolling to his feet, that Jack Blade actually did defeat James Anderson with that ROV to win the Vacate Championship. So that move has been worked against him in the past.
Yeah. Just shows the power that the ROV has. But yeah, great ring awareness from James Anderson there. Sliding. He knew that he was close to the edge of the rope, so he didn't need to pull himself up. He could just flop himself out.
Yeah.
James going for a handshake here.
Handshake.
I do it.
Handshake.
I
Show
trust him.
respect.
Shake his hand. Show respect to your opponent.
What are you doing? You don't kill me.
I mean, that is the
Refusing no
face of a...
respect from
Oh, and
Carmelo.
a slap.
That's a sign for mystery.
You said earlier today when you arrived, Carmelo went up to you and tried to shake your hand. Why didn't you do it there? Why didn't you shake James Anderson's hand?
I mean, after the bloodshed between these two,
Oh, and then RAV.
he's on his feet!
Oh,
He-
rock,
the
Oh my
Rock!
god!
both men down. That move got Carmelo the SAWF Championship at no remorse.
3.
Whoever gets to their feet
4.
could walk away the SAWF World Champion.
I think they're both pretty hurt. Could be.
Oh,
alive.
oh,
my God.
that- the masked
Masked
man.
man's
The
back.
masked man is back.
Has to interrupt
7.
yet again.
What?
Oh, and he's picking up that
Hey.
championship.
He wants that championship, it appears.
Both men are up.
Taunting them with it.
Who is this man?
Come on!
Can you not just let them have a fight?
Let them fight. Oh.
I mean, I'm
James
sure the
Anderson.
SAWF fans would have wanted to see
2.
a true ending to this match without this man's interference.
Oh, and
But-
once again taking out Carmelo
One.
there.
2.
And the count is restarted.
3.
Because both men are on the ground now, this could be
5.
a double count out, a
6.
draw.
I can tell you what, if anyone deserves
7.
the belt right now, it's not the masked man.
8. 9.
But
Both men.
James has gone back up.
Both men
I d-
apparently were on their feet.
the referee...
I mean, James Anderson did make
4.
contact with Carmelo, restarting the
5.
count.
yeah, that's... I mean, at the end of the day, it is the
7.
referee's discretion on that
8.
one.
9. 10. Ring the bell.
Do we? Is this what I think it is?
James?
Is this a new champion?
And the masked man just watching on.
Oh my! we have a new SAWF champion. James Anderson bringing that championship back to the higher powers. 3-time SAWF champion. Time
Well
for
deserved win,
celebration.
James showing his own strengths in the ring.
I am truly blessed to have that championship back with the higher powers.
However, this masked man, a crucial part of that. And
Masked man helping James Anderson. This is the greatest moment in the history of our sport.
how many times is that championship? 4?
3 times
Three?
for James Anderson. Breaking his tie with the Prodigy. The Prodigy's a 2-time champion. James Anderson, 3-time champion. Ending the reign of Carmelo.
I just can't get over what is this masked man's deal.
That is definitely what the champion looks like.
Who's the masked man working for? Who does he root for?
Carmelo, you can't see it on camera right now, but I can see Carmelo looks really dejected
The
right
blood
now.
dripping down the face of the new SAWF champion.
But that is definitely
standing behind him.
the look of someone who went through hell and face to face
I love
with the
it.
man with
I
no
love this
face.
moment.
Does he have a face under there?
Is this a member of the higher powers we're seeing?
I mean, he did originally attack James Anderson while he
I mean, hey, maybe it was a setup. I've been out here on commentary. I don't know all the details of the higher powers.
I mean, I guess that's a good idea, you know, after you were taken hostage by Jack Blade, it's very potential information can leak.
Absolutely.
So maybe it is a good idea to maybe not keep you on.
Do we get a glimpse there?
He messed with them a little bit, but regardless of what you think, James Anderson, the SAWF World Champion.
Prodigy, we may have our match. Handicap. You think you got us with experience? No. You know what? I know that you are somewhat a man, and Thunderstorm and Respawder want to make it interesting, but you have experience. We propose a little ladder match. Oh, you know, we're good with that stuff. We used to work in Home Depot in America. So if you want it, El Prodigy, if you're man enough. If not, then maybe I'll just go steal your briefcase. You'll have balls to come up a ladder. Hey, let him know, Thunderstormy. You let him know. We used to flips at the top. Huh? It's going to be easy. You want to get a niggle on my brother, you'll be fucked. You don't mess with Mexicans. When a briefcase is on the line! Rey Mysterio, give me this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Mike Dexter, and I am ecstatic to be here with the brand new 3-time SAWF champion, James Anderson.
I told you. It's a spoiler. Anderson wins. Look, Carmelo was just a rookie. He's just got pot luck. And you know what?
Yeah, the only reason Anderson won is because that masked guy came out and attacked
Hey,
us
that's
both.
your mask guy ruining my
How much
match.
did you pay him?
How much did you pay him? You
I
need
didn't have to
assistance.
pay him anything.
You need disability assistance,
You're the
you know?
one that needed, I'm a rookie.
Yeah, you're a
and
rookie.
you need to go
Yeah,
hire
you're-
someone to attack me, huh?
Higher. I've got
that
the
it?
high power. I could have got your brother if I needed to.
Look, at the end of the day, here's how it's going to go. I'm getting my rematch at 0 hour for that title, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, no, I like
so
it.
your short title
I like
reigns are
it.
going to continue
I
because
like
you're going to have it for 2 weeks.
No, this will be you. It's your hour.
Yeah, will
You
it?
get the fuck out of my scene. This is my victory. Now go find me that nigga.